You say, what's Frogtown Hollow? Well, we'll tell you on the Dee Armstrong Show. It's next. Also coming up, are you sitting up straight? We'll talk about that too with Dr. Brad Adams of Advantage Chiropractic Clinic, and germs and bathroom safety and more on the Dee Armstrong Show next.
Live from the WLTZ NBC 38 studios, this is the Dee Armstrong Show.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Dee Armstrong Show. This is the time at the beginning of the show when I can chat, talk about whatever I want to, and this is what I came up with today because I went shopping. Have you been shopping yet for spring things? And I think that clothing manufacturers are doing what some of the food companies are doing, you know, making serving sizes a lot smaller. Well, ladies, have you noticed that dresses seem to be getting shorter? You have to buy the dresses, and then you have to let the hem out. What is that all about? I think they're getting cheap, and they're trying to save money because even the hems are smaller. And when you are a mature woman, I think that you ought to be covering up your knees. Janae, I don't suppose that hemlines have become an issue with you yet, have they?
Not quite yet. According to my mom, they will in the future because of my genes, but not right now.
Not right now, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. You just have to let the hem out. Well, I might have to start to bring the hemlines or some kind of movement. Bring the hemlines down. Anybody down with that for me? And bring the necklines up. Have you noticed that the necklines are getting deeper too? The things that are going on in fashion. Let's remind everybody about the mommy makeover. Speaking of fashion, Janae has something really great planned, don't you?
Yes, definitely. We're doing a mommy makeover, and we have had Facebook friends pouring in with responses nominating who they think deserves a mommy makeover. And basically, you just go to Facebook, the Dee Armstrong Show Facebook page, and you're sharing a story in relation to someone that you feel like deserves a day of being made over and treated like a queen.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And Janae does such a fantastic job. So whoever is selected is going to really have a good time. So let's see what else is going on planet Earth today. How about pancakes? You can get a stack and help support one of the top children's hospitals in the world today. The 1,500 IHOP restaurants inviting you to come and eat some free short stacks of IHOP's signature buttermilk pancakes. That's today until 10 o'clock tonight because it is National Pancake Day. You are invited to donate. They do want you to donate, if you will, what you would have paid to eat all of those pancakes, or if you want to donate some more, that's too. And you're donating it to Children's Miracle Network Hospital or other causes too that money can go to. Now, did you happen to see the Space Shuttle Discovery blast off on its final space flight last week? Usually you only get to see it take off if you're on the ground, but not this time around. Check this out.
It's in the camera. Look how fast it's going, man. Look how fast. Are you getting enough video?
You went too far down.
Yeah, folks, space shuttle's going off the right side of the aircraft right now. Those of you on the right side of the aircraft, you can see the space shuttle.
That is remarkable. I would actually set it to VIP section of watching launch.
Yeah.
Wasn't that exciting?
Yeah.
Software developer Neil Monday, who was on a passenger jet flying out of Orlando, he actually recorded the shuttle launch with his iPhone looking out of the window of a plane. Discovery's 11-day mission will deliver supplies and a humanoid robot to the International Space Station. The launch marks the beginning of the end of that program. You know, our Facebook question, it's time for that. It was about some changes, but changes in the Academy Awards. Usually they use the more mature, the senior actors to be the presenters. This time they went really young. What are people saying? Did it work?
Right. Although some of our Facebook friends really felt like it was a new urban twist to the Oscars, we did have some that really loved Anne Hathaway. They thought that she was great, but they say, Jennifer says, I wish James Franco had more personality. And then Michael actually says, Anne was good, but I still expected more from her. And James Franco seemed like he didn't even want to be there. So a lot of people are disappointed by James Franco and the fact that he didn't really bring that personality to the Oscars that such a young host should
have. And you know,
brought.
Janae, that could have pulled away from Anne Hathaway too,
Right.
because you have to feed. It's like a ball game. Like I throw you a ball and you catch it, and then you throw me a ball and I catch it. You have to have that kind of synergy going on. And we'll see. Maybe next time they'll still stay young, or maybe next time they'll go back to the senior presenters. We'll see. Right now, let's see what's going on in the WLTZ NBC 38 newsroom. Another study, this one finds that if you're a positive person, if you laugh, if you look up and see good things, that you actually live longer. A Duke University study this time followed about 2,800 heart patients who answered a questionnaire about their hopes for the future. 15 years later, those who had the highest expectations, who thought life was good, were 17% less likely to die than those who had the least positive attitudes. Positive thinkers also had better physical functioning. Their bodies stayed stronger longer after a year. Negative emotions can have damaging effects on the body and increase your risk of having a heart attack. Now this next story is, I don't know, it's interesting. We're going to hear more about this. Listen to this. Women are getting through this recession a lot better than men. Women lost fewer jobs than men in the recession, which means for the first time, women could become the majority of the nation's workers. Forbes Women magazine says there are still several well-paying jobs, even despite this, that women haven't even tapped into yet. There aren't enough women chief executives, it finds, engineers, detectives, and criminal investigators. What do you think of that? And right now, we're going to get to that a little bit more in the show, but right now we're going to look at our cool story of today. You know, when you have a fever, it is one of the most common reasons that a parent is going to call the pediatrician or rush to the doctor's office, because moms want to get rid of that fever because they want their babies to feel better, quicker. But now doctors say, leave them alone. It might be best to let that fever run its course. Janice Rucker has more.
For parents, it's a knee-jerk response. Your child has a fever, you go straight for the medicine cabinet. But now pediatricians are saying, slow down. Fever could be a good thing.
So it is a sign of infection, but it also can stimulate your body to fight that infection.
Fever triggers a spike in white blood cells, the body's army for fighting germs. It also slows down the ability of the bacteria or virus to reproduce. Dr. Janice Sullivan at the University of Louisville authored the report.
The focus should not be on obtaining a normal temperature, but making sure your child is comfortable and looking for other signs of illness that would make you think you should take that child to the doctor.
Signs like dehydration, difficulty breathing, and excessive sleepiness. Also, parents should call the pediatrician if their child's fever tops 101 degrees. Infants with a temperature higher than 100.4 need to be seen right away. Doctors say you're not harming your child by treating their fever, but there could be an unintended consequence.
Their fever being lower, their illness may be longer.
As long as they're comfortable and hydrated, a little TLC is the best medicine. Janice Rucker, NBC News.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, old folks have been saying that for years. It didn't take a study and millions of dollars to find that out. But they used to say, unless it got into a certain number, 101, 102, just leave them be, that they'll be all right. And I guess it works. But here's what doctors are also saying. Doctors say half of all parents who do rush to give their children something give their children the wrong dose of medicine. So that is another issue. Now, back to women in the workplace. There are more women in the workplace, and that is the subject of today's Facebook question, Janae.
Yes, a lot of people are disturbed about the increase of women in the workforce and want to know why. So we're asking, are women more dominant than men in the workforce?
Oh, touchy, touchy, touchy. I don't know. What do you think, ladies? We have a lady behind the camera, a lady on the prompter, a lady about to sing, a lady
Girl
up here.
power.
Woo! Okay, we're going to hear about this. Coming up on the Dee Armstrong Show, music from Frogtown Hollow. We'll straighten that spine up with Dr. Brad Adams of Advantage Chiropractic Clinic, live from Auburn. What hidden germs are in your house. And Jody Marks of HGTV next with bathroom safety. Coming up.